Okay, you've got a decent start. One thing you really want to pay attention to is the topology. Don't look at this in the smooth mode too much. I would say generally model in the rough mode and then kind of check it in the smooth mode and then switch it back because the problems reveal themselves easier here. Look how kind of stretched out and elongated and misshapen these faces are. What you want is roughly even topology. So for example, I'm going to do Control Shift X for the multi-cut tool. You're going to want another thing in here, and you need extra detail around the elbow, and you'll definitely want, a couple more in the forearm. And see how it starts to be more even topology now, and then, if this is the elbow, we can kind of pull out a little elbow shape, maybe, and again, sort of check it in smooth mode and kind of push that in here a little bit, but just kind of going back and forth and making sure it doesn't look too crazy, as this one does. So here, let's sort of try to even this out a little bit because it's gone a little nuts. And maybe this can come down a bit. And this is looking a bit misshapen around here. So let me isolate this. Not sure why we got a big... let's turn on symmetry. I just told W, left mouse click, symmetry, and then check on symmetry like that. And in that way. Yeah, I'm just trying to kind of even out the topology a little bit. Oh, that's not good. We're kind of poking through another surface behind there. I would say, oh yeah, I was going to isolate this. Isolate selected is right here. I would take out this edge row and grow shift period, which is the greater than symbol. Grow, 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 grow. Delete that out and start out with I'm going to circularize this here and twist it to line that up better. Click and drag on the twist. And then let's try to, and then you can kind of shape that a little bit better. Maybe, a little tighter in here. Whoops, let's get this flattened out this way. Move it back up a bit. I can tilt it that way now. And I can see it's not... Oh, let's turn off symmetry for a minute. I can see it's not perfectly centered, so I'm just going to remirror this. What's going on in the back here? It's looking a little off. Okay. So I'm not going to get it perfect like this, so what I'll do is I'll delete half of this right mouse click face and delete one side and then line up the verts again. W for move. Make sure this little interface is open here. We can click this little line right there. Click on this one, absolute transform in the X direction. We'll type 0, enter to make sure those are exactly along the center line. Right mouse click, object mode, shift right mouse click, mirror, options, and then turn off cut geometry to make sure combine with the original is turned on. Merge border vertices, custom 0.001, mirror. And now we have a symmetrical surface again. And so now that might not be the final shape you want for the neck, but it's a better start than what you had. And then if you want to add, Control E for, well, actually, let's undo that. I'm going to hit R for scale that in maybe a little bit. And maybe move it up some, and maybe you want to take this edge loop and Control E and then kind of give that some depth, maybe something like that. Maybe you want to put an extra holding edge around here, Control Shift X, here and here, and maybe here, something like that. And then what's going on with this armhole here? I think we've got some surface here we don't want. I'm going to turn symmetry back on. Just W, symmetry, W left mouse click, symmetry, symmetry. I'm going to grow this selection as well. Shift period, period. Let's do that. And then, yeah. Oops, what did I do? And then let's, seems to be kind of rotate around funny, so let's rotate it, straighten it out a bit, and move this back. And then, you can kind of adjust the shape, but then if you want, you can extrude that in, and, complete that, Control E again, and maybe push that inward. I just have symmetry on, so it's doing both sides at the same time. And then again, we have some pretty stretched out faces here, so I'll do another edge loop there. Why does it want to do this one? Oh, because it's a 5-sided face here. You see that? So we could maybe, it's tricky. I think what we want to do at this point is probably turn this somehow. So what I'm getting at is this face right here. That's a 5-sided face, and that's why the edge loop thing isn't working. And we generally don't want 5-sided faces. So what I might do is let's try going like this. So now that's a 4-sided face, but then in the process I've made this triangle. And to solve that triangle, what I think I'll do is Control Shift X and put in, another 5-sided face here. Okay, so maybe we're going to have to solve both of these. So I'll do that. Okay, now that's 4-sided. Again, I have another triangle to solve. So this triangle I'll solve by Control Shift X and put a loop there. And what you find now is that this, that is actually a 4-sided face, and as are all of these going downwards. And we can do the same idea here, Control Shift X, and I've got a loop going around there. Connect this with just the middle of this one, enter, and move that, forward a little bit. And you see this again, this is a 4-sided face now, but we really want this to go around. I think we need a split to go around, all the way around the back. Well, let's put that in first and see how we can solve that. So now, that kind of worked. That's 4-sided face. This is a 4-sided face, but I sort of want those to link up. If we do that, we'll end up with a triangle here, but let's try that. So I'm going to take this one, and I think I'll use target weld, mesh tools, target weld, drag that to there. And so now again, I have another triangle here. Let's see if we can solve that by putting another loop around there. Yeah, I kind of am just repeating the problem I had before. I might take this and flatten this out, and then then you can kind of adjust the shape. And I'm doing this really quickly, but really after every edge loop you add, you should be going through and kind of adjusting the points and sort of readjusting and shaping this. I think what we can do with this actually is, let's get rid of this one, shift right mouse click delete edge, and let's just follow this one down. So Control Shift X here, and then here to there, and then we've solved that one. And then maybe you can spread these out, double click on this edge, shift right mouse click, slide edge tool, middle mouse drag, and then repeat here, just to kind of try to even those out a bit. Maybe move these in a bit, just trying to get more even topology. Maybe take this one, flatten it out by scaling it, and then and we can do the same here. But then you can go through and adjust these, slide them up and down and so forth, and work on the shape, and just keep trying to improve the topology there. Yeah, and shorts are looking okay, but again, you've got something's going on with this. Oh, how does it combine with the legs? Mesh separate? Oh yeah, You should not combine the shorts with the legs. Let's isolate these. Again, it's very blocky. It doesn't look like you've really shaped it much. And make sure it doesn't intersect the shirt or intersect the legs. So spend more time with that. I think this inside face is going up too high. That face. So maybe take this edge here and just go way down. And maybe we can scale those in a bit. And then they won't intersect the leg. And I think generally this could just be shaped a little bit more. Maybe put Control-Shift-X, put a holding edge in there to kind of keep the bottom of the shorts shape. Maybe one here as well. I just think you could spend more time sculpting this and kind of evening out the topology a little bit as well. Oh, and yeah, I think this is more of an issue with the leg shape. So let's scale that in and maybe move that forward some, and let's isolate this. It's probably not going to let me. Yeah, I'm going to have to select that and then deselect. Yeah, and then delete out that. You don't want that in there. Okay, and then the shoes. Yeah, lots of. The thing is that don't add edges without adding. Every time you add an edge loop, like all of these, it's like you put in a bunch of edges and then just left them there. If you add an edge, that means you want more points, and you want more points because you're adding more shape to them. So after you add any edge, go in and adjust each of those points. What I would start out with is getting rid of all of these. Shift right mouse click, delete edge. And these. Shift right mouse click, delete, whoops. Shift right mouse click, delete edge. And then these need to go across. I have to turn off symmetry for this. Control Shift X. Okay. And there's some funny thing up here, it looks like. What's going on there? Ooh, something's gone really wrong here. Let's get, oh geez. Yeah, let's get rid of those. Oof. Something's really not right. Let's isolate this. Isolate selected. Yeah, and again there. Maybe if I get rid of these guys, it'll get rid of that weird thing there. Nope. Let's see. Let's just select all this and then deselect these with Control Select and Delete. There we go. Got rid of that. Then I would probably circularize the top of this with this. And then, use the twist to straighten these out. And definitely going to want, oh yeah, these I'll have to go back to the back. So here to there, here to here, here to here. And before we go any further, let's delete half of this, maybe this side. Not that one. Delete and object, front view, and select. Well, I'll just do edge to get this edge, but I don't want these, deselect these ones along the top. Then Control F9 to select vertices. And since it's not at the origin, I can just scale these to kind of get them perfectly flat. I might do that to these too. And let's see if the mirror is going to work. Actually, maybe let's take a look at this before I mirror it. Something's not right here. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the shoe is a bit of a mess. I don't know what's going on with that weird crease along the bottom. I might fix that after I mirror it. Shift right, I think I have to have it at the origin. So let's display my grid. Make sure the pivot point is in the center. Hold down D and V, middle mouse drag, snap it to there, and then let's snap it to the origin. Hold on X, middle mouse drag, and then shift right mouse click, mirror options, cut geometry is off, combine with original is on, merge border vertices, custom 0.001 mirror. Okay, so now we have a symmetrical foot, and I think trying to just sort out what happened with the foot, bottom of the foot here. I guess I'm gonna just delete. I'm just selecting the whole bottom and then deselecting the sides there and deleting that off. And let's then select these edges, but then deselect those, and let's flatten that out, scaling it to flatten that out. And then shift right mouse click, fill hole, and then kind of reconnect everything. So Control Shift X, and we'll do how about the bottom view? That to that, enter, this to this, enter, that, maybe that to that, enter. I'm just making sure these little dots turn red before I click, so I know, ooh, we got a lot of extra ones on there. Okay, let's go back to, well, not the back view, the bottom view. Okay, yeah, just slide along until you see one of those red dots along here, there. That, whoops, I missed it. There to there, enter. There to there, enter. There to there, enter. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, so now that you have something that has like reasonably sound topology to it, now start shaping it to the shape you want. I can maybe pull these down, to get some kind of roundness to the top, and these, and probably a little more there. Maybe these can go down a little bit. I could probably turn symmetry on again, save me some time. This can go further back. Maybe this can go down more. And then let's add some more detail. I've got my multi-cut tool here, and maybe I'll just connect this to that. And we could probably fix this Control Shift X just by going here up to there, say, and then we can get rid of this edge. Select, Shift right mouse click, delete edge. And so now that I've added this loop, then adjust all the points of that one. So you added it because you needed it, and if I go, let's turn off isolate select, and start using this as a guide, right? So I can see this whole thing has to be more spread out here. Maybe that can move back a little bit. Maybe this can move in, and if this is the whole point of having the drawings, is because you'll use them. Maybe I'll keep that flat for the moment. Yeah, so I mean, I probably, it's in decent shape now, and the thing then to do is to continue, sculpting, and just add one edge loop, adjust all the points of that loop, use your photo as reference, and really look at the model, and then add another edge loop and adjust all the edge points of that loop, etc., etc. So don't just add a bunch of loops and leave them there. So I'll go ahead and save this for you in case you want to use it as reference or whatever. Oh yeah, make sure the neck is open here, and you'll be shaping this later. So I'm just deselecting that, delete. Okay, and I'm just going to save this for you. Save as. Oh yeah, we didn't look at the hand. I have a separate video for, let's just import the hand. Okay, this is a real big mess. Wow. This is all wrong. I'm going to start by going surfaces, the sculpt geometry tool, options, click on the smooth thing, just hit flood a couple times to kind of see if we can untangle it. I mean, that is just, I don't know how that happened. I mean, honestly, for me, I would actually redo the hand rather than trying to fix this, but Control Shift X, multi-cut tool, we can try to kind of get this. Oh, I would definitely want symmetry off for this. Control Shift X for multi-cut tool, try to get this back in some kind of shape, maybe here to there, I guess, and somehow we got a five-sided surface here. I'm not really sure. Maybe these two can be merged at a mesh merge. Maybe what? I don't know. Really, things got. I just don't know what happened here. I'm having a hard time sorting out, trying to get it back to the right topology. Maybe if we go here and then to the middle and then here and then here and then here to here. I just did control select along there like to get that, and then here to there. And that's sort of working. And then oh my goodness. I honestly I don't know. Sorry, I keep hitting that Windows key instead of the Alt key. The problem is that I can put all these splits in, but I don't know if it's going to be even right at the end of the day. And look at these multi-sided faces. This is just, maybe you have an earlier version of your hand somewhere where you didn't kind of gum up this whole area. Because I don't even know how to terminate all of these now that that's like that. Yeah, see if you have another one. Anyway, I was also going to say I've just done a video about seamlessly connecting the hand to the arm. I mean, either way, you've got to. I don't like those are not connected right. That does not look right to me. Um, and this is really, yeah, something went wrong when you connected that thumb, or did something to it afterwards, and I don't know what it is. It looks like you went a little off program there. So, you really severely diverted from the instructions, and it's hard to get it back now. I'm just Control F9 to see the number. I wanted just to see how many display heads-up display poly count. So it's 19, which is kind of a weird number, probably because this gets terminated here, and then again you have another five-sided face, which you don't want. I might do it again. I mean, the shapes of these are a little weird. Anyway, oh, I guess it goes like that. Sorry, no, I guess that's okay. I'm just concerned that trying to fix it is harder than rebuilding it at this point. Anyway, I have a separate video which shows how to match the number of edges on the arm to the hand so you can seamlessly combine it. And so rather than me redoing it here, because the hand's not finished anyways, I'll just post that. But I'll save this. So you can have a copy of that to look at.